Bob is an architect and green builder. He is a leader and founder of the sustainable design movement, not only in Kansas City, but across the country. He has been instrumental in the creation of the American Institute for Architects National Committee on the Environment and the U.S. Green Building Council and LEED rating system. Please give a round of applause for Bob Berkebile.
Thanks, Manny, and thanks to all of you. I won't ask about the new administration. I think you've covered that pretty well so far. Several of you, even this morning, have shared with me that as far as you're concerned, our climate has been trumped. I don't happen to agree with that. I think this is a very important wake-up call that's created a tsunami of opportunity, and your turnout proves that for me. I'm not going to share the science. That was last Saturday. What I will share is a little history and my belief that the future of our children is in your capable hands at a time that some have called the final human experiment. A half-century ago, Bucky Fuller changed my thinking when he said, "Bob, every decision you make has either a positive or negative impact on Spaceship Earth, no exceptions." Two decades later at the Hyatt Regency, I had a second epiphany as I was working on the rescue team. And of course, as my first question, which was, did I kill all these people, as that was answered, the second question was, what is the real impact of our designs on the people we intend to serve? Are we improving their lives and well-being, the vitality of their neighborhood, the city, the watershed, the airshed, or not? And I remembered Bucky's observation. Either I am improving or diminishing the potential of Earth and the human condition, no exceptions. Shortly thereafter, Leon Shenandoah, the Iroquois chief that National Geographic called the Chief of Chiefs, told us that we have a very unique asset that the rest of the world desperately needs. He said, as I've grown elderly and traveled the world, I grow weary. The exception is when I'm here in Kansas City, where my heart grows strong and my spirit soars like an eagle. Robert Mueller, the Secretary General of the United Nations, agreed with him and said, you need to plant a forest in the shape of a heart to remind yourselves of this asset and this responsibility. And hundreds of you did plant that forest, and it is maturing and growing wild southwest of KCI. "25 years ago, the American Institute of Architects, EPA, scientists, ecologists, and thousands of volunteers joined us to help answer the questions that arose from the Hyatt tragedy. And as a result of your work and spirit, the American Institute of Architects Committee on the Environment, the U.S. Green Building Council and its LEED rating system, and the Living Building Challenge were born. About that time, Bob Mann founded Bridging the Gap, one of the country's best environmental education and advocates in the country. At the same time, the National Science Foundation sent me to Antarctica, where scientists and climatologists shocked me with their discoveries about the relationship between our designs, human behavior, and climate. I think it's important for you to know that every forecast they gave me in 1993 has been exceeded by the reality of our action and inaction. But since then, the aforementioned incentives have grown from local to national to global as a direct result of your work and collaboration to create new climate-positive programs, including If you remember, Kay Barnes was one of the first to sign the Mayor's Climate Initiative. And many of you collaborated to set goals and create new partnerships to transform our community. The city has reduced its greenhouse gas emissions ahead of goals. The target was 20% for 2015, and we reached 25% in 2013. The Sierra Club entered into an historic cooperative agreement in 2007 that called for KCPL to offset 6 million tons of greenhouse gases per year through adding renewables and energy efficiency by 2012. The results are too extensive to list, but a few highlights include Cycle 1 of the Missouri Energy Efficiency Investment Act was a $110 million investment, achieving 150% of the goals by 2016. Cycle 2 is now underway and promotes broader participation, including low-income families. The renewables portfolio, both wind and solar, has increased significantly in Kansas and Missouri. The decision to stop burning coal at 3 power plants was announced in 2015. Yeah. Kansas City tops the nation in electrical vehicle growth as a result of KCPL's Clean Charge Network. With a 1,463% increase since 2015. The city renegotiated with the EPA to revise the overflow control plan to go beyond capturing more stormwater to scrubbing pollutants from the air and water, sequestering carbon, and transforming the vitality and resilience of our neighborhoods. Well, I'll skip that. There's too much. I can't share all this. The Kansas City Native Plant Initiative, a diverse group of more than 40 partners, and possibly the initiative with the most potential, is working to transform our culture and create a landscape that is beautiful and resilient, purifies our air and water while hosting pollinators, sequestering carbon, and manufacturing topsoil. These are all very impressive results, and there are more, but America is watching. So congratulations and thank you. But much more is required, and time is not our friend. Einstein said we shall require substantially a new manner of thinking if mankind is to survive. I challenge each of you today to begin a new thinking. Think handprints are positive impacts that we create rather than footprints are negative impact. And combine that with your unique heart spirit to create a loving, generative culture of global significance. And I encourage you to share your best idea and commitment with someone before you leave this rally. I'll start. This bison jerky is created by our friends at Pine Ridge. It consists of only bison and cranberries, a natural preservative, no other additives. And it restores land, creates jobs in the Pine Ridge Reservation, and is great taste and is served at Whole Foods. This is the best. Long Root Ale is a partnership of the Land Institute in Salina, Kansas. Yep. Patagonia Provisions and a brewery in Portland. And if you read the label on the back, it explains the importance of the work at the Land Institute and that Kernza, a perennial wheat developed by West Jackson, is what gives this a unique taste. It goes on to explain that Kernza also pulls carbon out of the atmosphere and stores it in the deep roots and the soil. They apologize. They say, you don't get carbon credits, but it's a damn good beer. So my commitment is working with the Native Plant Initiative partners. Any of you who are interested to create 5 new products that are this good or better for us and the environment. And if there's any interest out there among you in cleaning up and lighting the heart forest with renewable energy, I think it's time, and I would be delighted to help refresh that powerful symbol. Thank you again for all that you've done, and especially for what you're about to do to give our children reasons to be optimistic.